Everybody's so quiet, huh? You heard my name is Michael B. Beltran. I used to go by the name Michael B., but I figure I'm big enough I can afford three names. It's okay. Originally, I grew up here in Manhattan in the projects. Then my family moved out to Queens to the garden apartments, which are basically just the projects laid out flat. I grew up in a house with 4 females, 5 if you count the dog. It was always that time of the month there. 24/7, which basically meant I always came out the losing end of the argument. It could be my older sister, my younger sister, didn't matter. My mother would always say, leave her alone, it's that time of the month, it's okay. I go, but she's freaking 6 years old. What do you mean that time of the month? It's okay, she's practicing, it's all right. The fights between me and my sisters were pretty much legendary in our neighborhood. Not only would my mother run screaming out of the house, but the neighbors would run screaming out of their houses. My sister came from the school. Basically, I was taught that boys were tough and they could take pain. I came from the school that basically you don't hit girls. The only way I can defend myself is to throw things at her. Whether it be books, food, shelving units, small little animals, it didn't matter. In my house, basically, that's something my parents gave me a lot of pets, try to keep me busy, this and that and everything, you know. Figure it would keep me occupied. I had some fish, you know, but they were no fun. I take them out of the water, play with them, they die. Put them back in the water, they just stink like hell. I loved mice. My mother was frightened, terrified of mice. Sneaked a couple into the house one day, you know, basically, and I learned real quick about mice, you know. One thing is basically, number one, they multiply quickly and in great numbers. And the second, they can chew them out of a cardboard box very easily. To this day, my mother still hasn't returned to the house. Had a little... You know those little painted turtles that you get, little, you know, they store in the store and stuff like that, little painted turtles? Them suckers can grow really big. The ones I got never got a chance. They gave me, basically got that little plastic aquarium thingy with a little plastic rock in the middle and a little plastic palm tree in it, right? I put my turtle in there and he's happy. He's just working his way around. Happy as lark with his little island. I used to love to see him. You know, I used to go in there and like to poke him in the head and watch his head. You know, I wouldn't poke him. Got a kick out of watching him retract. You know. One time I go. He's okay. Yeah. You know, it was all great and everything, but after a couple of weeks, that tank started to really stink a bit, you know? And nobody told me I had to change the water. You know, I just kept adding more and more water, you know. By the time I eventually cleaned out the tank, I had to kind of spoon the water out into a strainer to find a turtle, you know. Poor turtle. Hey, the tank was clean, but now the turtle was dirty, you know? So I think, okay, time to give the turtle a bath, you know? Take the turtle, throw him in the sink, little hot water, some dish soap, hell, some bleach. Ooh, hot water. A little cold, put him out. Clean, but blind. Put him back in his little tank, and next thing you know, he didn't last much longer. Next day, I find him hanging from the little plastic tree. Yeah. Little suicide note etched into the plastic rock. Oh, it's time already? Oh, jeez, tell him to throw me out of here. Anyway, I guess, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your...